Oops, I just realized I had muted my mic. That would have been disastrous. I'll let Dennis the other night. Hey guys, it's Tom Cook. It is 9 o'clock on Friday night Eastern Time, and I'm here to call yet another SSFA playoff game, quarterfinal, Kansas City Chiefs at the St. Louis Rams. The Chiefs went to 10-6 in the regular season. They're coached by Dan Morin. The Rams were 12-4. Rams are very high-scoring teams, go to 509 points. They're led by Josh McCown and Freddie Jackson and a bunch of good receivers. Nathan always has great receivers. They did give up 419 points. Give them a lot of points in the first half of the season, and then the defense improved as the team did. The team was 5-3, and they won 7 of their last 8 to claim the 1 seed at 12-4. The Chiefs 10-6. And the game is up, so I'm not going to get a chance to do any more of a pregame than that. I joined a little late. So we're going to get right into it. But the Chiefs have got Aaron Rodgers, not much of a running game. And the defense that has a lot of pass rush, but nothing else. And he's made that work for his team. There's Dan. Winner of this game makes the semifinals. If the Chiefs win, they will play my Jets in New York, or the Meadowlands, New Jersey, for those of you who like to point that out, in one semifinal. And if not, I got my options straight. If St. Louis wins and they are the 1 seed, then let's see. I think everything is good to go here. If St. Louis wins, then Jacksonville will go to St. Louis. St. Louis wins, they'll host Jacksonville in one semifinal. If Kansas City wins, Kansas City will go to New York. So 3 of the teams are already in the finals. That's the number 8 seed Jaguars, Jay Villings Club, number 6 seed Baltimore Ravens, and the number 4 seed New York Jets, my team. And then the winner of this game, as we are getting close to the end of the season, to the Super Bowl. Had some really great games. That Baltimore-Cincinnati game was a great game. The Seattle-Jacksonville game was a great game. The Kansas City-Houston game was a crazy game. Kansas City went up 17-0 early second quarter. Then Aaron Rodgers got hurt for the game. He's pretty much their whole team. And then Case Keenum just went wild after that, which is unlikely. But, hey, that type of thing happens sometimes in the NFL. Shades of Clint Longley, I believe, on the Dallas Cowboys in the mid-70s. So I told these guys to wait about 90 seconds and then go ahead and play, so that's what they're doing, because I like to dot my I's and cross my T's. Now, Nathan does not have a great defense either. Dan's offense is very one-dimensional, but, Nathan was the 1 seed. Dan's done a great job with that team, but it's a Cinderella ride. Let's see if he can keep it going. I think it's going to end here in St. Louis. This would be a Battle of Missouri. Was it the I-90 World Series? Is that what that interstate is over there? I'd have to look that up. I'd have to ask the good folks at Google. All right, now they're waiting longer than 90 seconds. I get very short-tempered, at least some of these broadcasts, as Dennis could tell you. Great time of year in Strat-O-Matic. If you're in a spring football league, the playoffs are going on. Obviously, the ratings are out now for real. So trading is going on in the fall leagues, most of them, or it's about to go on. Good time to start preparing for the draft. Good time to look over your team and the league and this and that. Okay, there we go. So Nathan posted an IP address for anyone who wants to join via spectator mode. I also posted the Google Hangout link. We don't have any onlookers yet. Jeff Bevier, coach of the Ravens, who's in the semifinal, said he might join, and we are underway. Blair Walsh for the kickoff for the Rams down to the 1-yard line. It's returned 21 yards by Michael Cox for the Chiefs. And it'll be 1st and 10 for these Kansas City Chiefs. They've already won. Did he have a bye? I'm trying to know. They already won 2 playoff games, I think. Won the quarterfinal. I don't know. I'm all confused now. No, he didn't win 2 playoffs games. He just won the 1 game against Houston. That's right, because this is the round of 8. So the Chiefs 10-6, the Rams 12-4. This is my first game calling Nathan's team this year. I think it's my first game calling, first time calling any of Nathan's games ever. I've only been doing this a few months, and only in Order Wind and Battle Royale in this league, and he's not in Battle Royale. And Autumn Wind, he did not make the playoffs or was eliminated before I called the game, I think. I forget. Blocking back one halfback formation for the Chiefs. He likes to go that way. Bobby Rainey is the halfback. You got Anquan Bolden is a looking past to Mercedes Lewis. There's a linebacker 5 there. Both of these teams play a 4-3. Receiver reading 7+9 to the veteran tight end for the NFL's Jacksonville Jaguars. That'll be 2nd and 1. Anquan Bolden and Randall Cobb, the wide receivers for the Chiefs, with Mercedes Lewis, the tight end. Sean McGrath will normally line up as the blocking back. With Bobby Rainey, the halfback, you'll see some of Maurice Jones-Drew as well. Jones-Drew is actually the leading rusher for these Chiefs in the regular season, but he's used Rainey more in the games that I've called. I feel like I've called him 2 games. Maybe he was in a mini. He wasn't in the mini playoffs. I don't know. But you got 2nd and 1 for Kansas City. Here, there's Maurice Jones-Drew. Vonta Leach now the blocking back. Nathan goes 5-5-4-4 on the front 4. Goes 6-5-5 at linebacker. Linebacker Aaron Rodgers. The full house blitz is on. Defense guessing pass. Rodgers takes the quarterback, keeper straight ahead, gains 3 yards, and that's a first down for Kansas City. The Chiefs like to conserve their rushing attempts with Bobby Rainey, and you'll see them use Aaron Rodgers in some short yardage situations when it's not even 3rd down. Linebacker Bobby Rainey, no linebackers there. Blocking back +3 or +1, and Vonta Leach couldn't make the block. He's actually a 5, only a 1-yard gain. So I don't know. Now, I think Sean McGrath is not a good pass blocker. He might be a 4-0. So that could be why we're seeing more of Vonta Leach. Did not play at all the last game that I recall. But the Rams do have John Abraham, left outside linebacker, who's a 6'12 with a small asterisk rating. Off-tackle draw to Maurice Jones-Drew left. There's no one on the line of scrimmage. And offensive onside tackle +8 or +3. That is David Stewart, the veteran, who I think is now retired. He is downgraded to a 4 this year, but he made that block a 4 on a 4. The Chiefs did not have a good offensive line. They have 2 zeros, 2 4s, and a 5. The 5's at center. They don't have a particularly good running back card on the team either. And during the regular season, they were one of the worst teams in the league running the ball. They passed the ball heavily. 3rd and 1, they go full house. Bobby Rainey and Maurice Jones-Drew are the running backs. Vonta Leach, the fullback. See how the Rams respond. Rams don't have a lot of pass rush. Linebacker Maurice Jones-Drew. They guess run. There's a line. The middle linebacker is there. They get 8 on the defensive squad as a 4-yard gain. Once again, in NFL Ed's family of leagues, we use the average run and average pass strat team defense cards. In the playoffs, the home team gets the good passing card. 1st and 10 for the Chiefs at their own 47. A couple of first downs on this drive so far. Here's a short pass to Anquan Bolden. Play action, only 3 men there. And it's complete on Aaron Rodgers' card for 15 yards. And a big first down for the Chiefs at that St. Louis 38. I don't know. I think with this offense versus defense matchup that Nathan has against Dan, I would just guess pass and let him run himself tired. And to the left to Bobby Rainey. There's only a 4 there. It's a defensive end for the right side of the Chiefs' defense's 4s. Blocking back +3 or -3. And it was important that the Chiefs got that block. And Vonta Leach made the block for a 3-yard gain. He's a 5, 2nd down and 7. Maurice Jones-Drew checks back in. The Rams are pretty much putting the free safety and short passing guessing pass. They have a 5 at one corner, 4 at the other, a 4 at strong safety. So there's places to throw in that secondary. But they've been wary of Aaron Rodgers' flat pass guard. Looking past Anquan Bolden being double teamed now by Louis Delma. And 10 on Aaron Rodgers' card is incomplete. Nice call by Nathan. It would have been incomplete on right anyway. Still, anytime you double team correctly, it's a good call. As NFL had pointed out, one of the threads, the result doesn't always matter. I mean, we want the result, of course. The result is what ultimately matters, but all you can do is call good plays. You can't control the results after that. 3rd and 7 for the Chiefs at the Ram 35-yard line. The the Chiefs go 3 wide. Lance Moore is the third wide receiver. He's covered by extra defensive back 4, Tremont Williams. Now, here we go. Interesting. Rams showing blitz here. They don't have a ton of pass rush, but the Chiefs have dreadful pass blocking. And I bet Maurice Jones-Drew is maybe a 0 here. He's a 7. What am I talking about? He's a 0-7. Maybe Nathan wants to rethink that. Flat pass left to Maurice Jones-Drew. The free safety is in that zone. 2 men there, but it's receiver anywhere the defense is guard. Incomplete on Jones-Drew on right. 4th and 7 and a bit of no man's land for the Chiefs as they're at the St. Louis 35. It'll be either a 52-yard field goal or they'll go for it or they'll punt it. I would probably go for it because you don't want to try a 2-6 style field goal. You miss it, and then the other guy's got the ball at his own 42. And punting it here, you're getting 15 yards. He's going to punt it. I'm not a fan of this. Matt McBride with the coffin corner punt. And it pretty much sails into the stands for a touchback. So he gives Nathan the ball only 15 yards further down the field. Not a big fan of doing that. I would rather go for it, even though I know 4th and 7 seems counterintuitive, but you're in no man's land. What you can do? These punters nowadays, if it was 1967 and a guy has, 7 is 40 yards, yeah, sure. It's a defensive error, but it's an offensive error. You got the dump off going your way. You got Aaron Rodgers, but not a horrible call. Some guys just, don't want to take the risk of worse field position, etc. 1st and 10, but I would have gone for it. 1st and 10 for the Rams at their own 20. It's a flat pass right to Freddie Jackson. There's a linebacker 4 there, and 6 on the defensive guard is a 3-yard gain. Nathan likes to run the 2 tight end, 2 wide receiver, 1 running back formation. A Strat favorite. He also will go 3 wide at times, and he's going 3 wide here. Nathan likes to go 3 wide in certain matchups. And when he does it all game and passes all the time. There's a long pass to Justin Hunter. There's no one there. Guess wrong. Complete for 33 yards. Josh McCown with that one-year wonder card that we all hate. And there's an injury on the play. Oh, my goodness. Jordy Nelson, the Pro Bowl caliber wide receiver for the Rams, is injured and will miss the rest of this game. Thankfully for Nathan, he has some receiver depth. It looks like Chris Givens will be in there. Nathan likes to go 3 wide in certain matchups. And when he does, you'll see a lot of flat passes and a lot of wall passes. Now, this Chiefs defense is not very good. They go, I think, 4-4-5-6. I'll wait until see if they get on the field. As I think Nathan is adjusting his depth charts. There's a 1-3-7-10-11. Okay, he is going 3 wide, and the defense is between the defense is 4-4-6 on the line and 4-4-0 linebacker. Dan responds going 3 wide, and he's called 4-4s and 0s in the secondary. The 0 extra defensive back being the key guy that Nathan wants Dan to worry about. And Nathan has very good pass blocking, if I recall correctly. So looking past to Chris Givens, he's being double-teamed by a linebacker. So it's guessed wrong. And it's a short gain on Josh McCown's card. You see, I think a lot of people see this Chiefs defense, and they're like, oh, look at that back 4. I can throw short and long passes. I can attack these guys. No, look at the linebackers. Attack the linebackers, throw the flat passes so that Dan can't blitz so heavily so he can't double-team down the field. Then you take your shots down the field. And that's what Nathan's doing. Long pass, flat pass is what you want to do against this team. Linebacker up the middle to Freddie Jackson, who stopped for no gain. A 4-4 would have been a 22-yard gain. The Rams are already at the Kansas City 31. Third down, 3 wide, 1 halfback again. No shotgun. You got Freddie Jackson. It's a very good card, solid right card, so you can run from this. A lot of guys like to run from the 3 wide. Defense showing blitz here. And I bet we're going to see a lot of flat passing against this blitz, but Nathan likes to go deep. Flat pass left to Sean Jackson, and a 6 on the wide tie is a +10. As Dan did blitz a safety and a linebacker. Well, Dan is up against it with his defense. It is a remarkable job he did during the season. The defense, I think, was top 10 in the SSFA. It's a dreadful Strat defense. They did a great job against Houston in the opening playoff game. Brad had some bad luck on offense, but if he doesn't get the sacks, he's in trouble. Here's a looking pass to Chris Givens. Linebacker's own extra short gain. That could be bad news, and it is bad news for the Chiefs since it's a short gain, a 12-yarder, as the free safety Ryan Clark's a 4. Had single coverage on Givens with – no, what do you have? He was covering Givens, I believe. I missed the animation there. or the pre-snap formation. But look, Nathan just threw flat passes because he knows Dan wants to blitz. Dan wants to double down the field. So Nathan's going to make him respect the flat pass. Linebacker to Donald Brown from a full house formation. Offensive center +2 or 0. A 2-yard gain as Eric Wood needed the extra help to make him a 5 on a 5. So now inside the 10, Nathan's saying, I'm going to go full house for Freddie Jackson and Donald Brown. And I may run the ball a lot, or at least make you respect it. Dan's showing blitz on 2nd and goal from the 7. Only 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. The Rams taking a lot of time in this drive. Both teams did. And the game moving along very briskly. It's an off tackle right to Donald Brown. Defense gets the pass. One linebacker there. Donald Brown's card gets wrong. 7 is only 1 yard. It's actually a pretty good card for Donald Brown, who I think was on the Colts still with this card. I mean, now we're dealing with a card set that's almost 2 years old, as the new cards will be out next month. 3rd down and 6 for the Rams. They go 2 tight end, 2 wide receiver, 1 running back. That's Freddie Jackson, who is what kind of pass blocker is 0-0. And the defense is showing blitz. You can bet that Dan will free safety blitz here and hope to land Freddie Jackson, or could possibly call run, but I don't think he's going to call run. And I suspect Nathan will pass against the pass. As an end run right to Freddie Jackson. There's no linebackers there. Freddie pops a 6, short gain in his card. That's a touchdown. St. Louis Rams march the length of the field for their own 20. A lot of flat passes. There was a bomb in there, I think, to Justin Hunter, the 30-yarder. And Fred Jackson on 3rd and 6 caps it off for the pitch out right. I thought Nathan was going to pass, but he wisely chose the run. I'm not sure what 6 is on Josh McCown's card. Here's the kickoff from Blair Walsh down to the 3-yard line. And Jared, I can't pronounce this guy's name. Jared Jernigan returns it only 15 yards. Giant wide receiver, had a big game at the end of the regular season against Washington. I thought he might do something the following year, and he did not. He did nothing. 1st and 10, end run Bobby Rainey left. There's no linebackers there. And Rainey gets 3 on his card +5. Rainey has big runs on 12. Long in and run +80 on off tackle, which Dan hit in the previous round, divisional round, I suppose. I don't know. We would be in the divisional round now. Whatever. The opening round, the wild card round, 2nd down and 5. Long pass, Randall Cobb being double teamed by DeAndre Levy down the field. And with 1 man in the zone, that is 5 is incomplete. You see how strong that long pass 1-man card is on the good pass defense. Although Nathan's secondary is now the strongest. 3rd and 5 for the Chiefs in their own 23. Go 3 wide, 1 halfback. Defense goes nickel. You could see a run here, but I don't think you will. 5-4-4. It's an end run left for Bobby Rainey. I've been totally off of my guesses so far tonight. End run left for Bobby Rainey gets 10 +6. But will there be containment? There is no containment. As I guess DeAndre Levy had abandoned his zone. Perhaps was double teaming. I missed that, but it's a 1st down for Bobby Rainey. It's a possible containment. Oh, Levy's only a 5 this year. I was thinking of last year. It was a wide tight 3, so Levy did not contain Bobby Rainey. He was looking past Mercedes Lewis being double teamed. So this drive, Nathan's been going past every play, not moving anyone except he's been double teaming with the free safety. And he's double teamed twice correctly on this series. Not too concerned about passes to these running backs, that's for sure. Short pass to Mercedes Lewis, now being double teamed by middle linebacker Sean Lee. So they'll be right in the receiver's card, double teamed on the quarterback's card, and 5 on Aaron Rodgers' card is incomplete. That may have been a must run. All right, I think it's 4-0 would have been 12 yards. 9 and 10 is the must run. So Dan may have to adjust and throw some flat passes a little more. We'll see. Or maybe take some shots down the field in the bomb, try to long pass, no men. I think he's been more of a short pass, flat pass guy with Aaron Rodgers this year. 3rd and 10. 2 tight end, 2 wide receivers, 1 running back. Long pass, Mercedes Lewis. Defense was showing blitz, but dropped 2 minutes of long pass. And on right 7 is incomplete. It was a nice job by Nathan, maybe forcing the long pass attempt. I'm going to assume, I could be wrong, that the famous 7 is complete, and Aaron Rodgers on short pass right. Here's a punt from Matt McBride, his 2nd, I believe, of the game. It's a 45-yarder down to the 26 of the St. Louis, where Leotis McKelvin calls a fair catch. Not a particularly strong return card for McKelvin, although the coverage units of Kansas City give you 11 yards on 7, plus 11, plus 6, and plus 4. Rams leading the Chiefs 7-0. Handoff Freddie Jackson up the middle. It gains 3 yards from the 3-wide formation, the dreaded white die rule, which actually works really well. That rule works really, really well. Remember when it first came out with the Barry Sanders, the run and shoot. 2nd and 7 for the Rams. Defense showing blitz. Offense 3 wide again. He's got all kinds of guys coming up. Flat pass left to Fred Jackson. Defense blitzing everybody. Receiver on right is incomplete. I said the blitz to everyone. They did not blitz the right outside linebacker. They covered Fred Jackson. And it was a good thing they did, because that would have been 13 yards at the first down. There was an X on the black die, so there was no pass rushing situation, even with the free safety blitz and 3 of the guys, or 2 of the guys blitzing. 3rd and 7 for the Rams at their own 29. Chiefs trying to force a needed 3 and out here. They go 3-3-5 show blitz. Flat pass right to Vernon Davis. The 4 in the zone. 6 white die. The linebacker disappears. 13-yard pickup for Vernon. And that's up to the 42 and a big first down for the Rams. Chiefs needed to try to get off the field there while this game was still 7-0. I know it's early. I'm not trying to make it sound like Nathan's going to steamroll this defense, but Nathan is a good offensive long pass split end. Justin Hunter, there's nobody there, but he's guessed right. And Josh McCown takes off on a scramble and gains 2 yards. He only has 6 units of complete on long pass right, but you see Nathan's varying the passes. Throw flat and throw long. Throw flat and throw long when you're going 3 wide when it's not 3rd down and you need a first down, especially against these linebackers. 4-4-0. Come on. And all the guys covering are 4s and 0s. And Nathan has good pass blocking. It's a very tough matchup for Dan's defense. And he knows that his team is not built for the years. He's already overachieved. Flat pass right to Freddie Jackson. There's nobody there. He's double teaming elsewhere. This should be a great play for St. Louis. And it's a 7-yard pickup on the defense's card. Nathan will take it, although he'd probably like to do a little better. 3rd and 1 for St. Louis as we start the second quarter. They have just crossed midfield. They're at the Kansas City 49, leading 7-0 in this SSFA quarterfinal. Winner makes the semifinals. And the final 4. I bet you Nathan goes for it if he doesn't get it here. I could be wrong. 3rd and 1. 3 wide again, but he runs it. Long pass to Sean Jackson. There's nobody there, but it's a dump off. 6 yards at the first down. As I thought it said that Dan had guessed run, but no, he guessed pass. So I may have been a little less excited then. There was a D opportunity there, but again, with only 3 minutes on the line of scrimmage, there's nobody there. Nobody blitzing on 3rd and 1 with the pass call. Although you can do that. You can put your linebackers up there. Long pass, Chris Givens. There's no one there. There's another dump off. Oh, a snap fumble. The ball is loose, but the Rams recover. There's a penalty on the play. So Josh McCown fumbled the snap. Only a 2.9 out of 1,000 fumble rating, and he fumbled it, but also recovered it. That would have been a huge break for the Chiefs. There was a penalty on St. Louis, a holding penalty. That makes it a 1st and 20 now, but I think Nathan's okay with that rather than the turnover. Now, Nathan goes in a more conventional offense, 2 tight end, 2 wide receiver, 1 running back. No white die rule in effect, but he's got Vernon Davis and Jordan Cameron. Very good receiving tight ends. Short pass, Vernon Davis. The defense blitzing everybody. 9 on Josh McCown's guard is complete for 11 yards and a first down. Dan hates the fact that he cannot free safety blitz on first down. We have discussed that in a different league. McCown, 17 short pass right units. Wow. 4-3 showing blitz now on 2nd and 9. Rams, the Kansas 42. Long pass to Sean Jackson. No one's blitzing. Gets a dump off. White tie 6, 10 yards. I mean, you can really riddle linebacker 4s, especially when they're not being covered by 6s, by 5s and 6s. You can really riddle these guys. Now, that was interesting. It was a pass rush situation with with an asterisk, but the guy was a 0. So, how do you get a 0 asterisk? I don't think that Nathan was in a blocking back formation. Interesting. 1st and 10 for, let's see, failed double team attempt. There's a looking pass to Vernon Davis. Defense gets a run. It's complete for 8 yards. And the Rams offense is just moving right down the field. McCown's 11 of 12 for 126 yards. I don't know if Brad's watching the game. He's going to be saying, where's this when I was playing? I don't know. But it's here now, 2nd and 2, 3 wide, 1 halfback. And Nathan likes to go deep some, so you can't just flood the flats against him. It's tough coach. Looking past to Vernon Davis. Guessed wrong. Guessed right, I'm sorry. Other players were double teamed. There were no men in the zone on again a white die 6. Nathan getting a lot of white die 6s, but it was incomplete. 8 on Vernon Davis's card. 8 is usually incomplete on a lot of tight ends on the flat pass. And on this year, it's incomplete for Vernon Davis, who has, slid off a little bit from the cards of a couple of years ago, though I think this one's still real good short and deep, so maybe I'm thinking of next year's card, the one coming out in a month or two. 3rd and 2, looking past Vernon Davis, everyone blitzing, and this time they get to McCown for the big sack. It's Whitney Merciless, SSFA single-season sack record holder, dropping McCown for a loss of 4, and it's going to set up a 45-yard field goal as Dan brought the house and gets pass. Nathan threw a looking pass, but it's still a decent sack chance there. Here's a field goal attempt from young Blair Walsh, which he delivers. 2-9 was good. It's a 45-yard kick, and the Rams lead 10-0. 12 minutes to go in the first half. The game moving fast and furious. The kick goes down to the 1-yard line. Michael Cox brings it out to the 18. My, oh my, the Rams have awful opponent kick returns. Plus 30, plus 38, and long gain. They do have 17 units of touchback. The Chiefs do not have very good kick returners, but still. Here's a looking pass to Mercedes Lewis. That's caught for a 2-yard gain. The defense was looking for the run. I would put that run call in the back pocket for a while and make Dan try and beat you and use up his carries with the round game. 2 tight end formation. Off tackle draw to Maurice Jones-Drew. But Nathan's not blitzing anybody. 3 on Drew's card is a 6-yard gain. Make it a 3rd and 2 for Kansas City, their own 27. Drew does have a long gain on 2 and plus 38, plus 28 on 12. Dennis likes to point those things out. 3rd down and 2. Kansas City, their own 27. They have not moved the ball too much this game, so this is a big 3rd down to at least feel like they're not constantly back in on their heels against this Rams offense. Linebacker Maurice Jones-Drew, there's no linebackers there. Drew is not as a shadow as for myself. Offensive right guard cannot make the block, but it's a 2-yard gain anyway. That's right guard 0, Joe Berger. Guard zeros for the for the Chiefs. As I just double check the broadcast setup, everything looks fine. Mercedes Lewis and Sean McGrath, the tight ends. Short pass, Mercedes Lewis being double teamed by middle linebacker, and there's a blitz on John Abraham. So let's see what happens here. This is not good for the offense. Defender X will be incomplete on the double team. I think that guy was a 4. It was. Malcolm Jenkins is, I think, a 55 next year. Not a lot of 5 cover strong safeties in the new set, in the new split rating, so that's actually pretty valuable. He would have made the play without the double team, but there was, of course, a double team. 2nd down and 10 for the Chiefs at their own 29. Mercedes Lewis is the right tight end. Sean McGrath is the left tight end. Dan's taking his time with these play calls. It's like he's trying to figure out exactly what he wants to do. I think he has to throw more flat passes. Nathan was just double teaming down the field a lot, and he's running a lot, which I think is good to do. But you can't always hit it with these guys who are just not that great. So looking past to Sean McGrath, defense calls run. I don't know why Nathan's calling run, but 6 is an 8-yard completion from Aaron Rodgers. There's an injury on the play. Hopefully it's not a big one. Sean McGrath, the second tight end, is out. And I think he's Dan's only other tight end. So he cannot use this formation. Of course, the computer game is putting Sean McGrath out there anyway. Probably good to have 3 tight ends if you like running the 2 tight end formation, so you can still do it if there's an injury. But Dan wasn't really going for this year anyway. And he inherited the team. Dan is trying to figure out why Sean McGrath is on the field as a blocking 0 and how he's switching to his blocking back formation. 3rd and 2 for the Chiefs at their own 37. 9 minutes to go in the first half. They're trailing 10-0. And the Rams have really been taking it to them. Nathan just standing around on defense, which is the way to do it, I think, against offensive personnel that's not that great. Flat pass right to Vonta Leach. Defender -4 or -2. I hate that reading. And John Abraham makes a nice play. It's a 6. It's a 4-yard loss. And the Chiefs will be punting on 4th and 6. But I hate that even if your guy doesn't make the play, you're still -1 or -2. 44-yard punt for Matt McBriar. It's going to be down inside the 30 to about the 27-yard line, I believe. And a fair catch is signaled by the one-back, Jeremy Ross, for a touchdown on 11, which I was not aware of. And we have a guest. That is Jeff Bevier, and I'm going to mute his microphone because he muted his camera. You muted your camera, Jeff, but that's all right. And here's the play, 1st and 10. It was a handoff to Freddie Jackson. Vernon Davis made the block. If you're just joining us, what you know Jeff Bevier is, it's 10-0 Rams. They've been having their way with the Chiefs so far. 2nd down and 8 for the Rams. Jordy Nelson got injured early in the game. He's out for the entire contest. Sean McGrath just went down for Kansas City. The Rams have been throwing a lot of flat passes, sprinkling in some bombs, going to a lot of 3-wide formations. But here they're in the 2 tight end, 2 wide receiver, 1 running back formation. Defense showing blitz. Dan got 1 big sack to force a field goal, but otherwise has not gotten a lot from his vaunted pass rush. Off tackle draw to Freddie Jackson. Pops a 6, short gain. That's going to be a 1st down. Jackson, number 22 for the NFL's Bills, picks up 12 yards. 1st and 10 for the Rams at their own 37. I neglected to mention that the Rams' touchdown came on 3rd and goal from the 6 when they did a pitch out to Jackson. Defense called pass, and he popped a 6 short gain for a touchdown. 1st and 10 Rams at their own 37. 6:54 to go in the first half. Nathan was doing a lot of 3-wide in the first quarter. This quarter, he's gone to 2 tight end, 2 wide receiver. Looking past Vernon Davis. There's a linebacker 4 there, and it's complete for Josh McCown for 6 yards. McCown 12 of 14, 132. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Very strong game so far. 2nd down and 4 for the Rams. Defense showing blitz. Dan's going to show blitz whenever he can. Long pass, Justin Hunter. Dan's bringing the house. There's a fumble. Could be a snap fumble or a sack. Looks like the defense might have it. No. It's the 2nd snap fumble of the night for Josh McCown. It's only a 2.9 out of 1,000. So it's 1 in 300 of 1 in 300, about a 1 in 9,000 chance he's going to do 2 snap fumbles in one game, but he did it. Freddie Jackson picked up the ball and tried to advance it, but lost 2 yards. That was the animation I saw. It did look like a guy with a purple icon running. But anyway, now it's 3rd and 7. Nathan taking his time after that wild play. 3 wide. Defense goes nickel 4-2-5 showing blitz. Not a fan of that. Because he either has to blitz the safety or put him in looking. Because that no one else can go into looking. From the 3 wide, the extra defensive back cannot move around. He can move to long pass, but he can't come up into the flats. So Nathan can either throw at the free safety 4 is going to be a looking pass, knowing he's going to be there, or he can maybe throw a flat pass thinking that Dan's going to sell out for the blitz, or he can take a shot down the field. Let's see. Or maybe Dan will call timeout and switch to 3-3-5. It's a flat pass left to Freddie Jackson, throwing it to 0. Pops a 3, short gain on McCown's card. And Nathan is very hot with the flat passing. Had a lot of white die 6s in the first quarter. He's been hitting solid yards on McCown's card, but again, he's a good quarterback against 4-3 linebacker, 4-4 zeros. You can throw flat almost all day. And Nathan's doing it, and he's sprinkling in the bombs, so Dan can't flood the flats. Dan knows his personnel is not strong, and Nathan has the highest scoring offense in the league. So this is a very tough matchup for Dan, and he knows it. He's had a great season so far. Win, lose, or draw here. Of course, it'd have a much greater season if he wins, but that goes without saying. Long pass, Jordan Cameron. No one's covering him. The guy's double teaming. Receiver right, 7 plus 29. A big completion from McCown to Cameron down to the Kansas City 15. Jordan Cameron, the tight end, who had a big year for the Browns last year in 2013, has 9 units of long pass right completion, which is very good for a tight end. You don't see too many tight ends with a 7 complete on long pass right. I'll tell you that much. 1st and 10 for the Rams and the Kansas City 15. I mean, it's just been all St. Louis. I don't have the stats in front of me, but They've got to be happy around, have about 200 yards to maybe 85 or so for Kansas City. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Interesting inside the 20. Nathan's going to go 3 wide. He might run it here with Freddie. Or he'll go for another flat pass. I doubt he's going to throw it into 4-man coverage. Off tackle, Fred Jackson, no linebackers there. Offensive onside tackle, +8 or +3. Dwayne Brown is reduced to a 4 because of the passing formation. White die 6. It's a 3-yard gain from Freddie Jackson. Nathan ran it from first and goal to 9 3 times in a row. A lot of guys do not like to throw passes, short passes rather. Don't like to throw short passes inside the 20 when you are often going to see 4 men in the zone, and that interception on 9 in the defense is hurtful. 3 wide for the offense. Defense showing blitz again. Flat pass right to Sean Jackson. This time there's 2 men there. Good call by Dan on defense. Receiver reading on the defense is incomplete on Deshaun Jackson's card. And we're going to have 3rd down and 7. I'll tell you, if the Chiefs hold the Rams to a field goal here, it would really be huge. Really huge. Because you're down, then you'd be down 13-0 only after everything's gone the other guy's way. And all you can do is get one nice drive or one big play, get a touchdown, and all of a sudden it's a brand new ball game. So at 17-0, it's a much steeper hill to climb. So let's see what happens here. 3:54 to go in the first half. 3rd and 7 Rams at the Kansas City 12-yard line. St. Louis goes 2 wide, 2 short pass Justin Hunter. Everyone blitzing for Kansas City. Defender extra short gain. He's at the wide receiver spot, and the defender can't make the play. Touchdown, Rams. Greg Toller, the 4 cornerback, could not keep up with Justin Hunter on a white die 6, and it is a 12-yard touchdown pass from Josh McCown to Hunter, the rookie Hunter, and it's going to be 17-0 St. Louis late in the first half. Here's a kick. Goes down to the 8-yard line, and a nice, 23-yard return. My eyesight misleading me again. I thought it was a 33-yard return. But Michael Cox with a 23-yard return, setting up a 1st and 10 for the Chiefs at their own 31. Now, Kansas City is now in a very dangerous part of the game. They're down 17-0. They can't stop the Rams. Enron left Maurice Jones-Drew. There's no linebackers there. Jones gets only 2 yards in his card. You see that Enron wrong card. Not very exciting when you're running at a 4. But again, the Chiefs were not really built for the year, and they don't have a really good running game. They have a very poor running game, to be frank. And Dan knows it. So he's doing the best he can here. 2nd down and 8 for the Chiefs at their own 33. Blocking back formation. They lost their 2nd tight end. Short pass Vonta Leach, who's covered by 6. As Nathan did not blitz John Abraham. Receiver at 10 is incomplete. Nathan's been double teaming very well. Nathan's been sitting around at a 4-3, not moving his linebackers. Double team with a free safety, one of the 3 downfield targets, because he does not respect the receiving abilities of the Chiefs running back and blocking back, especially with Sean McGrath now out. He was playing 2nd tight end at times. And Nathan occasionally dropping 1 or 2 linebackers into double coverage as well, and it's been working very, very well so far. 3 wide, 1 halfback, defense going nickel, 3-3-5 showing blitz. So you'll probably see the free safety and maybe John Abraham blitzing. We'll see. 3rd and 8. Sometimes guys don't blitz the safety here. Now Rainey's a 0, so a short pass to Bobby Rainey. Single coverage, receiver incomplete. Now Nathan's forcing some of these calls. He's forcing Dan to throw to some of these backs who are not that great receiving because Nathan's double teaming very well down the field. And Dan is shy, a decent receiver in 2nd tight end Sean McGrath compared to Vonta Leach. There's another punt from Matt McBride, 45-yard, another fair catch. This one from the Otis McKelvin, who is the 2-back. It's a 1-back Jeremy Ross, who's dangerous. 17-0 Rams. And I mean, I don't even want to click off because I'm going to miss a play, but if I show you the box score, the yardage has to be all St. Louis. 216 yards for the Rams to 70 for the Chiefs. The Rams got the ball in the 2-minute offense. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Defense going nickel, 3-3-5 blitz. Nathan's not shy. He'll pass and do whatever he wants here. So off tackle Jordan Fred Jackson gets a yard, but there's an injury on the play, and it's to Sean Jackson. So the Rams are out not 1 but 2 receivers. And Nathan likes his big play receivers. He always has, on his competing teams, always has excellent receivers and usually tight ends as well. And it's going to be Chris Givens and Justin Hunter in there. And you'll see a lot of the 2 tight end, 2 wide receiver formation now so that Jordan Cameron stays on the field for St. Louis. 2nd down and 9, 1:30 to go. No one called timeout there. No one hurried up there. which makes sense. Nathan has Donald Brown in addition to Fred Jackson, so there's a good number of quality carries on this team. So looking past Jordan Cameron, there's a 4 there. 5 on McCown's guard is incomplete. And Dan's going to be saying, thank goodness. What did I have to do to get an incomplete pass here? McCown's 15 of 19 for 189 with a touchdown. Offense going 2 tight end, 2 wide. Defense going 4-3 blitz. Showing blitz is what I mean. For those who play the game, you see the blitz there. That means the free safety is showing blitz, 3rd and 9. And we're left, Freddie Jackson with a 0 back there. 10 is plus 9. Will there be containment? There is, yes. Russell Allen successfully provided containment on a white die 1 to set up a 4th down and 1. Dennis will tell you one at the white die 3. The Rams will punt it. The Chiefs call timeouts. So there's 1:15 to go. Rams punting from their own 31. I don't think the Chiefs have particularly strong returners. Here's a short punt, though, by Brian Anger of 36 yards. That's going to be down inside the 35, it looks like. And a 1-yard return by Griff Whalen. He's actually not, well, he's not that good. I thought he was better. He does have plus 51 on 2 and plus 14 on 5. But the Chiefs take over. 1st and 10, their own 34. 67 seconds before the half. They're trailing 17-0. And I believe the Rams will get the ball to start the 3rd quarter, if I remember correctly. You may see Bobby Rainey here. Flat pass left, Mercedes Lewis. Nobody there, but there's 5 men on the line. So it's guessed correctly. Receiver incomplete. It's going to set up a 2nd down and 10 for the Chiefs. Rodgers is 6 of 15. Looks like 6 of 15 for 30 yards. Ouch. 2nd down and 10, St. Louis. Case Keenum is not warming up on the sideline if you saw the last game, but anyway. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Defense goes nickel 3-3-5. Maybe take a shot deep. When Nathan dropped 2 men in 1 pass that time, he may do it again. Off tackle draw to Bobby Lady as Nathan drops 2 guys deep again. There's no one there, and the box is in play, but the dreaded 5 no yards. And, of course, the white die rule is in effect as well. And look at this. Nathan showing no respect for the Chiefs. Personnel calls timeout on defense on 3rd and 10 of 17-0. 52 seconds left. Maybe that was a fast click or a misclick, but sending a message. Wow. 3 wide. I would not have done that. Anyway, 3 wide. Like I'm tempting fate with that. But he's got a touchdown on Jeremy Ross. Wants to force the punt. Long pass to Anquan Bolden. There's a single coverage on a 5. There is 1 man there, and it's incomplete. That looks like the extra defensive back dropped into the long pass because I was looking on the left side of the screen. And here's the punt as I clicked off of this thing, so it's not even going to show me what number was rolled. But it's a long, good, solid punt. Another fair catch from Leotis McKelvin. It was a 50-yard punt on a reading of 4. And now there's 37 seconds left. So Nathan may have just been looking to force the punt to give Jeremy Ross a chance to return it. And now you'll probably see some conservative play calling. But you never know. Defense shows blitz, so you might not see conservative play call. Long pass Justin Hunter. Everyone's coming after McCown, and it looks like they're going to get him. There's a sack. And McCown is sacked by Manti Te'o, thanks to the pressure applied by Whitney Merciless. And now Kansas City calls a timeout because it's 2nd and 22 for St. Louis at their own 4-yard line. Now, what's tricky here is that St. Louis takes a knee. I think you'll see a line buck, is what you'll see. A line buck Josh McCown. That can't lose more than 1 yard, I don't think. Maybe 12 is -2. But that would probably be a good call here. Defense showing blitzing at a 17-0. A spectator has joined the action. I'm going to guess it's NFL Ed. Off tackle draw to Donald Brown is being keyed. Loses 1 yard. I guess you're probably not going to have a -4 reading on an off tackle right, and it gets to 4-3. You're probably not going to have that either, but that was risky. Close the draw there, and a very aggressive call by Dan to call run. Now it's 3rd and 23, and you'll see just a knee, I think, and that'll end the half. Defense, of course, showing blitz again. Maybe Nathan will throw a bomb. Say screw it. Who knows? Kansas City's out of timeout, so the smart play is to just take a knee, go into the half of 17-0, and Nathan gets the ball back. But you know Nathan wants to punish Dan for showing blitz. It's a draw, put it down right in the middle. Short yardage on the defense. The center fails to make the block. It's a 4-yard gain, and we're going to head into halftime as the game suddenly appears to have frozen. That is very odd. And there it is. Okay, we're in the half now. It's 17-0. St. Louis over Kansas City. Winner reaches the SSFA semifinals. It's either going to be Jacksonville at St. Louis or Kansas City at the Jets in one semifinal. The Ravens, who are listening, at Baltimore. The Ravens, rather, at Jacksonville. Obligatory good half. Back and forth. Ready if you are. Great D calls. Dan says to Nathan. We got a couple listeners. Strike Force, who also muted his mic. I'm glad to hear that. I wonder if that's maybe Brad. Here's the kickoff. It is down to the 10-yard line, and Jeremy Ross returned to 29 yards, all the way up to the 39. So the Rams have very fine returners. Whoever plays them in the next 2 rounds, if they do indeed win this game, I'll have to watch out for that. Jeremy Ross was probably selected in maybe the 3rd round or something for his very fine kick returning card and his excellent number 11 touchdown on flat pass, on a punt return rather. And speaking of flat pass, there's a flat pass from McCown to Chris Givens for 9 yards. Nathan's thrown a ton of flat passes, sprinkled in some bombs, and it's working wonderfully. And Fred Jackson's got a couple of short gains to boot, including a touchdown. 2nd down and 1 for St. Louis at their own 48. As we just started the second half. 17-0 Rams over the Chiefs. And Freddie's got plenty of carries left. Freddie Jackson's only carried the ball a handful of times. There's 14 carries left. Unfatigued carries. Donald Brown has, as I'm sure, at least another 8 or 9. Probably more than that. There's a long pass to Justin Hunter. Nobody there. There's a 4 there. Defender X, a long gain. If this is a 5 or a 6, this could be a touchdown. And is caught. Justin Hunter going down the sideline by himself. Touchdown, Rams. A 52-yard touchdown from Josh McCown to Justin Hunter. Greg Toller burned for the 2nd time tonight. 24-0 St. Louis. Dan went for the old guest blitz run key, and Nathan went up top at the right time. And Dan's in big trouble. Anybody could come back, but the problem for Dan trying to come back here is his defense is just so poor. He's done a great job with you with him, but he knows it's not a good defense. The ratings are terrible. He's got 4s all over the place, and a 0 at one linebacker. His entire back 7 is 4s and a 0. He doesn't have one guy in the back 7 that's better than a 4. And yet he did a good job. He's top 10 in the league, I think, in points allowed. 2nd and 4 for the Chiefs. As this one is almost going to be getting out of hand here in a minute. There's a draw put in Reese Jones-Drew. And 8 is a 7-yard gain. I'll be astonished if you see a run call from Nathan unless Dan scores a touchdown. Astonished. Drew has 18 unfatigued carries, so you may see him get the ball a lot and try to get a touchdown that way. Drew had over 1,000 yards for the Chiefs in the regular season. His off tackle right to Reese Jones-Drew. Running at the 5 this time. And Drew gains 4 yards. A lot of +2, +4, +5. A long gain and a 20. You can make it down the field that way, but you might not. Amazing the job that Dan did with this team this year. 2nd and 6 for the Chiefs. Defense showing blitz. Have to be a little greedy there. But you might see some double teaming then. We'll see. Looking past the Bolden, there's no one there. The free safety blitz is there, +1 linebacker blitzing. So there's a bit of a chance of a sack, but receiver reading on the defense is complete for 8 yards to Bolden. And the Chiefs have moved out to the 45. The Chiefs have gotten a couple of first downs, on a couple of their drives and then had to punt. So this looks familiar. Let's see if they can get going further and get into St. Louis territory. Short pass to Anquan Bolden, 3-minute zone. 9 on the defense is picked off, 2 to 5, 11 to 12. It's picked off, and Nathan's running it back for about 10 yards there. Leotis McKelvin doing better on the interception return than he's been doing on the punt returns, and that interception is not what the Chiefs needed. The Rams have got the ball at the Kansas City 47. It's already 24-0. Short pass Vernon Davis. That's complete for 13 yards on the first down, but there's a penalty on the play, and it is going to bring it back. It's offsides. No, not bringing it back. It was offsides on the defense, declined by St. Louis. So it's a 13-yard completion from a count to Vernon Davis, and the Rams have 1st and 10 at the Kansas City 24. 24-0 Rams. Statement game. Their first postseason game this year. Flat pass right to Freddie Jackson. Receiver, I guess, right is incomplete. Now, we know this game's not over, but we also know Dan is up against it with that defense. But if you're looking ahead, and you might be long past Justin Hunter, defense showing blitz, gets a dump ball complete for 13 yards to Vernon Davis in the first down. What a tremendous flat pass right card that is. 1, 5, 10, 16, 20 units of 10 yards or more on flat pass right? Are you kidding me? Man. And with Josh sitting on a 7, Randy Starks is not going to get to Josh McCown on that play. A 0% chance of getting a sack. 1st down and 10 for the Rams at the Kansas City 24. Off tackle of Fred Jackson against a short yardage defense. And Vernon Davis, who was a 5 on that running offense of the 49ers had into Jim Harbaugh, gains 2 yards. I don't know what kind of offense the 49ers are going to have this year, but I don't think they're going to have a very good team. I'm predicting 6 and 10. And that might be generous. 2nd and 8. Short pass to Chris Givens. Incomplete on McCown's card on a 5. Would also have been nothing good on a running play. 3rd and 8, 19 to go. And Nathan is not conservative by any stretch of the imagination. You don't score 509 points for being conservative. Some guys might just run and kick the field goal. Let's see what he does. Defense showing blitz. He wants to punish. I know he wants to punish Dan for blitzing him. There's a looking pass to Jordan Cameron. He's complete on the quarterback's card for 7 yards, just short of the first down. Cameron's got a couple of completions for 36 yards, it looks like. And the big bomb of 29 yards. McCown's up to 203 yards. Or is it 283? I'm not wearing my glasses. I never do. And here's a short field goal from Blair Walsh, which is good, 2-11. And he drills it to make it 27-0 Rams, 8:24 to go in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff from Blair Walsh is down to the 3. And excellent return by Jarrell Jernigan of 30 yards on the opponent kick return. Makes it 1st and 10. Kansas City at their own 33. The Chiefs are trailing 27-0. If you're looking ahead, and you might be, the Rams win this game, we're going to have Jay Villings, Jacksonville Jaguars. He's a former SSFA champion. Traveling to St. Louis to meet the number 1 seed Rams. There's an incomplete pass, but there's a penalty on the play. And the penalty's on the offense, so 1st and 20. I don't know if those teams played in the regular season. I think they did. So that'll be a heck of a matchup, very exciting. Adrian Peterson and the rookie Glennon on those Jacksonville Jaguars. There's a completion for 12 yards, so I'm not going to be as attentive to the play calling until there's some further developments. Just checking out the routine over here. My mic is good, and the broadcast is still live. That's how you do it, Dennis. You click over there every now and then during the game and make sure that everything's good so that your microphone is unmuted for an hour and that you're talking to yourself. And denying me the opportunity to see one of my playoff games called. I'll probably call the next one and I'll probably lose, which Jeff would like. Because as I was saying, if the Rams do indeed go on to win this game and it's 27-0 midway through the 3rd quarter, Jacksonville goes to St. Louis and the Baltimore Ravens come to New York. That's Jeff Bevy. He's listening to the broadcast. I see him in there. 2nd and 8. Linebook draw from Reese Jones-Drew. Defense double teaming. And offensive center +3 or +0. That's the only good blocker on the line for Kansas City. Jason Kelsey. I think he's a 6 next year, like many of the Eagles blockers are. But he's a 5 this year. It's a 3-yard game. Makes it 3rd and 5. 6:36 to go. But the Ravens would head to New York/New Jersey to take on the Jets. We played early in the season, and Jeff beat me 24-19 and said he was not looking forward to a revenge-oriented Peyton Manning with the home passing cards. There's a draw play from Reese Jones-Drew against the nickel. 12 is +28. There's no containment, but there is containment. Sean Lee's a 5 and provides containment on the white die 1. You needed the white die 3 there if you were Dan. 4th and 1 Chiefs at their own 42. Obviously, he's going to go for it. It's 27-0. What else are you going to do? punt the ball. As he goes blocking back with halfback, I predicted a line buck to Aaron Rodgers. But, maybe a looking pass or a flat pass left. How about flat pass left? That's a good call. Put a line buck with Rodgers. And Nathan is still coaching. Look at us run. He doesn't care. Line buck Maurice Jones. True. Nathan keyed Aaron Rodgers. And Mojo gets a 6-yard gain on wrong on his card for the big conversion. A regular right call would have been -1. But Mojo, he used to have some great cards. But now he's retired. I passed on him in the draft one year because I didn't want to take him too highly when he was only an NFL second-round pick. That was before I had really come into my own, I guess. That's a horrible thing to say, but before I'd improved in my drafting and before I didn't care so much about other guys in the league thought, I said I'm just going to take the guy that I think is the best guy. If I had done that, it would have been Maurice Jones-Drew. Instead of... Who did I get that year? Nobody good. Probably Vince Young or something like that. 2nd and 7 for the Chiefs. 4:12 to go. They're down 27-0. They are the St. Louis 35, as I've been casually paying attention. There's a draw play. The defense calls run. Nathan's still coaching. There's a penalty on the offense. 2nd and 17. Oh, that's weird. I didn't get 2nd and 17 out of that. Well, it is, well, I don't know how you got there, but it's 2nd and 17. On a 10-yard holding from midfield. Short pass to Vonta Leach, 4-man in zone. Must run for Rodgers, scrambles for 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 15. 3:18 to go. Rodgers has 2 carries for 5 yards. It's date night in the Crowley household. That's one of the reasons I'm flying solo tonight. Although I do most of these broadcasts solo. Dennis has got a bunch of kids and, he works and things like that. And has domestic commitment, so he can't be on as often as I am. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Nickel 3-3-5 showing blitz for the defense. Bobby Rainey in the backfield. 3rd and 15. Probably see a bomb or maybe a short pass, then you go for it on 4th down. That's not a bad call. Short pass to Lance Moore. There's a free safety blitz, and it's dump off. 6 wide dies, a 10-yard gain. David Stewart, the veteran, picking up Corey Wooten of the NFL's Chicago Bears. I think he's signed elsewhere now, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I think I just saw him traded, I think, in one of the other leagues I'm in. And that's probably what I was thinking of. But the Bears have a new head coach, so who knows. 4th down and 5 for the Chiefs. Their 2nd and 4th down attempt in this drive. And someone else just joined us, or they muted their mic. Let's see what happened there. It is Mick. I will mute his mic. If I can. There you go. And I missed a play. It was a must run and a 1st down and a fumble. What's going on here? A must run reading from Aaron Rodgers, 5 yards on the 1st down, but then he fumbled the ball. 6.1 out of 1,000, and the defense recovered. So it goes from bad to worse for Dan, as this game is definitely getting out of hand now. There's a short gain from Josh McCown to Fred Jackson, 17 yards. If you're just joining us, and I see we have a few people with us, although we just had to use a drop, which I understand. We had 5 people temporarily in this room. But it is 27-0 Rams. It's been all Rams, methodical in the first half, and a couple of big plays as well. But basically a lot of flat passing, a couple of bombs, a big bomb to Justin Hunter in the 3rd quarter, a 3rd and goal from the 6, and run for Freddie Jackson for a short gain touchdown. The defense has been double-teaming aggressively and just standing around, and the Chiefs not getting the running game to beat that type of approach. And just a lot of great double teaming by Nathan. So it's 27-0, and he just saw a fumble from Aaron Rodgers. There was an interception earlier on the defense. Short pass, I guess, wrong against the short yardage defense. 12 yards on the 1st down. So Nathan driving. A minute to go in the 3rd quarter, 27-0. This game moving right along. We're scheduled for a 9 o'clock Eastern start. It's now 10 o'clock. We're about to start the 4th quarter. Andrew left. Finally, a run gets right, although Nathan has not been running often. But Dan has sprinkled in his run calls. But usually they've hurt him. He most famously had a run key on Freddie Jackson in the third quarter that went for play action. 52-yard touchdown from McCown to Justin Hunter. And here is Nathan trying to recreate that excitement with another bomb attempt to Hunter against the blitz. But McCown scrambles for 6 yards. But that's wiped out because of a penalty. 27-0 Rams over the Chiefs. Late third quarter. Which, Josh McCown, I think this combo, it's a long pass to Cameron, but the blitz is going to result in a sack. Brought down by Greg Hardy. Fine, upstanding human being. Not so much. 3rd and 23 for the Rams. We're in the fourth quarter. It's 27-0, so have to fill some time. I'll see who's on the broadcast here if they want to talk. Nick's no longer with us.
Yeah, we cool.
What's up, Jeff? You there? Or are you just listening?
Oh, that was too soon.
So I think the people are planning just to listen. So I'll mute the microphones again because that is what I asked. $27-0. Oh, I keep repeating the score. I'm used to saying the score because when I first started doing these, I felt like I wasn't saying the score enough. But I guess when it's this margin right now in the fourth quarter, there's no reason to keep repeating it. I normally said it to set the game story, but the game story has been a lot of flat passing for the Rams, a couple of timely bombs, and some great double teaming on defense, and superior personnel. The Chiefs were not built for this year by any stretch of the imagination. Not expected to make the playoffs, even by their own coach. And then they go out and go 10-6, do a great job. They were 9-3 through 3 quarters with just an awful defense. A team that's back 7 is all 4s and a 0. And yet they were top 10 in the SSFA in fewest points allowed and in overall defense. All the stats that matter. They came to the playoffs and they beat the defending champion Texans 44-14. They were up 17-0 and lost their starting quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, who was, of course, great, and it's basically the Chiefs' whole team. Case Keenum was crazy hot with some rolls. But tonight, the talent on the field and some good coaching from Nathan looked like they're going to bring the Chiefs' Cinderella ride to an end, but it was a great Cinderella ride. Bobby Rainey on the off tackle. Here's another fumble. Kansas City recovers this one, though. I bet you they fumbled again. Let's see what happens. Nope. No fumble Ruski there. And for Nathan, he's going to be 1 game away from the Super Bowl. I played Nathan in the Super Bowl 3 years ago. There is a small chance, because we both would have to win, a small chance that we'll see a Super Bowl repeat. That was Michael Vick with his good Philly card against Joe Flacco. That's right. Nathan's got Joe Flacco on the bench. I forgot all about that. Joe Flacco, you think he's like your franchise quarterback. I know he has not had great strat cards, but Nathan investing the first round pick in Josh McCown, and it certainly has paid dividends this season. Definitely a 1-year move. Although McCown, he's scheduled to start for Cleveland, I think. I guess theoretically he could come through with a decent year. I would be astonished if he did. Probably mostly because he's on Cleveland, and Cleveland's usually not good. And the game is stuck. Back to the lobby, and we will rejoin it in a moment. As we're down to only one listener now within this 27-0 game, and I can't say I blame the others for leaving. I was grateful for the crowd while they were there. And don't worry, Jeff, I'm glad you're there. I'm not neglecting my audience, the diehards. I like to wait a little bit and then join. And now I'll join. There we go. So Nathan was the preseason Super Bowl pick for both Dennis and me. We liked this team the best. We thought they had the best personnel. This Josh McCown, Fred Jackson combo won the SoMIFA World Series, won the SoMIFA Super Bowl for Zeb. So that'll be something if they were to, if that combo was to do the same thing in SSFA. And when you think great quarterback, running back combos in the NFL, you don't think Josh McCown and Fred Jackson. I don't think Josh McCown at all. He's got a great card this year, but and he's firing it around. I have to say I like Nathan to make the Super Bowl. I like Nathan to beat Jacksonville, barring a miracle comeback here. I like him to beat Jacksonville. I just think Jay has all those fives on defense. Not going to get enough stops against McCown and Freddie Jackson. You'll see the white die 6. You'll see the short passing. Jay does not have a real good pass rush. Nathan's got good pass blocking. So you'll see the dump off. You'll see pick off there. McCown picked off, and the defense is hard. 2 to 4, 11 to 12. 9:18 to go. Still 27-0. The Chiefs have got the ball at their own 46 now. But if Nathan does hold on to this game, 27-0, 9 minutes to go. I just like, and then you got Fred Jackson and Donald Brown mixed in. I think he's got a nice matchup against that Jacksonville defense. And Nathan's had a nice matchup against all the defenses. He's done a great job with this team this year. 509 points. On the other side of the ball, it's just that Mike Glennon can't hurt you enough down the field, the rookie Glennon. And you got Adrian Peterson, he's going to have to go off. But I like the Rams in that game. Now, if I call that game, that's a good sign for Jay, because Adrian Peterson always has at least one 70-yard touchdown whenever I call one of his games. And then the other semifinal, if we do have the Rams win this game, is going to be my Jets against the Ravens. And it's if someone asks you what do you think of your own team and your own chances, and you don't want to, you're not sure because we're always all nervous. I mean, how good your team is, and how much of an advantage do you think you have? Anything can happen in one game. We all know that. So there's a lot of good coaches around there. You still got to go out there and play. But I do like my team in that game. I know Jeff's right there, so I don't want to say it too much. But I like my team in that game. I think it's a decent matchup. I do think it's tough against that Baltimore defense with 2 6th linebackers, and you get 2 6s in the secondary. So I don't think it's going to be a game where the Jet offense really goes off. But on the other side of the ball, I think I like the Jet. Similar to the Oakland game, I like the Jet defense against the Baltimore offense. The same way I like the Jet defense against the Oakland offense. So it's almost a game where my defense has to win it, and my offense just has to do enough. Hopefully hit a couple of big plays, which I could not do. I threw downfield a lot against Ron, but couldn't connect. I won 13-3 that game. But that'll be an interesting one. I think Jeff thinks of himself as a big underdog in that game. I think most people probably would. And we're going to play Wednesday. That's right. We're going to play Wednesday at 12:30 Eastern Time, 9:30 Pacific, 8:30 in Alaska, which is where Jeff is. Now, this game is over. It's 27-0. The Rams have got the ball. The Kansas City 15, 5 minutes to go. So I'm just kind of hanging around because that's what you do. You don't bail on the game. When you're calling the game, you can't bail on the game. Imagine that in real life. So it's like Sunday Night Football, and it's like 31-0, 8 minutes to go, and Al Michaels and Chris Collins. All right, that's the broadcast. We're done. Thanks for watching. We're not going to show the rest of the game because It's out of hand. But you do get an occasional shutout in the playoffs. I had a shutout of Renee when I won the Super Bowl, but Tony Romo got injured for Renee like early in the second quarter, and Romo was like the whole team basically. Renee did a great job with that team too. Oh my gosh. There's a field goal to make it 30-0 and a penalty on the defense, so first down. There's only 3 minutes to go. See if Nathan takes a knee or just run some line bucks here. Yes, it's going to be Jacksonville at St. Louis and Baltimore at the Jets. The Final Four. It's always exciting to make the Final Four, but I have to say, because Jeff's team was 10-6, because I think everyone will look at the personnel. Jeff said it on the forum, and I think mine is definitely a lot better. At this point, I would be very disappointed. I shouldn't say very. I would be disappointed if I don't win that game. I have a feeling Nathan and I are going to play in the Super Bowl again, and he's going to beat me this time. Last time I beat him like 34-31. Joe Flacco got injured on like the final drive, and he had to use a old Mark Bolger card, and he still almost got in field goal range. It might have been 30-28. He might have had a chance for the game-winning field goal, but he couldn't get close enough. I thought I was going to lose that game when he was getting close at the end. That was a few years ago. I don't remember all the details, but that was a great one. It's now 34-0. 2 minutes to go. Aaron Rodgers, 12 of 26 for 109 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Great year by the Chiefs, but I ran into a buzzsaw tonight. I'm going to assume that the Chiefs will not call timeouts, but you never know. You need 5 touchdowns. Can you get a touchdown, an onside kick 5 times in a row? Maybe. It is theoretically possible. It's a bomb to Anquan Bolden. So we've had some real great, and that's complete. So Chiefs look like they're going to have a good opportunity to avoid getting shut out here, as they're inside the St. Louis 20 with 1:22 to go. So we had a really good postseason, some really good games. This has not been one of them. But Nathan played an excellent game. Chiefs were outmanned, couldn't get the pass rush. And then without pass rush, this defense just takes a merciless beating. And that's what's happened. That's what's happened tonight. Dan's got Aaron Rodgers, and he's a real good coach, so Chiefs will be heard from in coming years. For Nathan and the team, you go down to a Joe Flacco card next year. Well, this isn't the time. I don't know the roster as well enough. For all I know, he's got a good extra running back or something like that. I'm sure someone has Justin Forsett, although it looks like he's going to have a bit of an all-or-nothing card. It's a dreaded end run at right for the quarterback, and he loses 7 yards. They're having some fun with it now. We're going to see a fake field goal. So you had the 2 great quarterfinal matchups, the Jacksonville-Seattle game. Jacksonville got 2 unlikely turnovers from Seattle in the final 4 minutes to win that one in the last 2 minutes. You had the Baltimore-Cincinnati game was a tremendous game. And I forget if Baltimore scored a touchdown, about 30 seconds left. I called that game, but I'm a little tired right now for some reason. So faculties are as sharp as they can be. So it's going to be 4th down now for the Chiefs, and they'll have to decide either to kick a field goal and avoid the shutout, or just to go for it and try for a touchdown. Because who cares? Why not? You can do whatever you want here, and he's going to go for it. bet you Jacksonville Jay will watch this game, I'm sure. That's one thing, you get to watch these other games. I feel like I picked up some things watching some of these games. And that'll be the end of the game. We'll see a couple of kneel downs. Oh, I got 1 second showing on the clock. There it is. Okay. The dreaded 1 second hang up. So there it is, 34-0. Oh, look, it shows you the other game. Probably because it's on my screen. That Baltimore-Cincinnati game, it was technically with 1 second left on the clock, but I remember now that play was with 15 seconds left. Cam Newton made a touchdown pass to Jared Cook to win the game 21-19 for the Ravens and put them in the semifinals. 34-0. Rams over the Chiefs. Just pretty much all Rams in every way imaginable. And like we said before, Dan did a great job, but he was outmanned, in terms of the personnel. The Rams have a really good offense, a real good coach, good pass blocking. So yeah, if you have good pass blocking against that Kansas City defense, but the Chiefs were not built for this year. And the Rams hit some big plays down the field. The Rams had 390 yards of offense to 215 for the Chiefs. Josh McCown was probably the player of the game. He was the player of the game. 24 of 32, 331 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. He was sacked 4 times, but some of those were late. Freddie Jackson, 18 carries, but only 68 yards. Justin Hunter, filling in for the injured Jordy Nelson, or maybe for the injured Deshaun Jackson. They both got hurt. Had 4 catches for 110 yards and 2 touchdowns. Vernon Davis, 7 catches, 74 yards. Aaron Rodgers, the great Aaron Rodgers, future Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, all that good stuff. 14 of 31, 153. No touchdowns, 1 interception. He was sacked twice. And that's all she wrote. I'm going to end the broadcast here. Thanks to everyone for listening. And if you want to watch it, you can watch it. I'll post it. I don't think you'll get too far before you realize what's going on and probably skip to the end. But it will be there for posterity or for anyone who wants to see it. I think the guy who wins always likes to watch his own videos, so Nathan will probably watch it. Which makes sense. 34-0. It's going to be Jacksonville at St. Louis and Baltimore at the New York Jets. If the home teams win, we'll have a rematch of the Super Bowl from 3 years ago. But it'll be with the Rams and the Jets, Nathan and me. But it'll be different quarterbacks. That time it was Joe Flacco and Michael Vick. And those guys are still on these rosters. They're the backups this year. This time it'll be Josh McCown and Peyton Manning. In the NFL, you're like, oh, that's great. You got Peyton Manning against Josh McCown. You're doing great. But no, Josh McCown has a great card from his 6-game stretch with the Bears and Mark Trestman in 2013. So the semifinals are upon us. Ed will be sending out files in the morning, I'm sure. We already have a date and time for Ravens-Jets. It's going to be Wednesday at 12:30 Eastern, a daytime game, middle of the week during the day. So I imagine that there won't be too many people able to watch that one. But Dennis is going to be able to call it, so he'll be in charge of the Google Hangout link and all that type of stuff. So thanks for joining, guys. Have a great night. This is Tom signing off. Adios.